He was the Y. He was a representative of what the Y is and what it's for. It was really the start of this event and this award, because we have a lot of Don Connellys that come through our doors on a daily basis, and when they walk through, we don't know their story usually. We don't know much about them. What we find out is that a lot of people are here because they want to get better. We came to realize that once we started nominating people for the Don Connelly Determination Award, that they don't want to give up. They want to keep fighting. Just sometimes by walking on a treadmill next to somebody and asking them, hey, why did you join the Y? They say, well, did you know that I used to weigh 380 pounds? And I would say, no, I'm seeing you for the first time. Well, if it wasn't for this place, I wouldn't be alive.
I was shocked. I was very surprised. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting to be put in for it. When I was first told about it, I was like, yeah, okay, not going to get it. You know, it's just the initial, that's who I am. You know, it's just my initial reaction. My goal originally was to lose, or to get down to 200. Nope, I just looked in the mirror and I said, I got to do this for me. I had a heart attack 11 years ago. Scared me. It runs in my family, unfortunately. But was that a driving force? It may have been in the back of my mind. But I just did not like the way I looked, and I didn't like the way I felt. So it was, I had to do this for me. I could say I was going to do it for somebody else, but it doesn't work. When I started coming here, my wife got us a membership for the family. And I only started on the treadmill. That's how I began. And then I got talking to one of the trainers, and he said he would help me do more of the equipment and the different machines. And then I was able to work with him for a while, and then I got working with two other of the wellness coaches. And they are the two that got me to where I am now. I hit several plateaus along the line, so it became very discouraging. I try to remind myself, go work on something else. You know, get your mind off of it, because you're going to get in that funk, and you don't want that. My ideal goal was to get down to 175. A lot of work, a lot of determination. I ended up getting down to 172. So I lost a total of 61 pounds. Did I think I was going to get there? Absolutely not. Once I got there, I was shocked. It's a journey I didn't think I'd reach. And it just goes to show you, when you have people, especially here at the Y, that are willing to help and encourage and mostly keep you motivated. And that's what I need, because I won't do it on my own. I was just grateful.
Over the last year, I've made so many leaps and bounds. I mean, I've lost 58 pounds since March. So next week will be a year. And it just kind of puts everything into perspective for me. Actually, I got the envelope, and I saw it said the YMCA, and I kind of set it to the side and said, oh, I paid my bill. I don't know what that's for, you know. So I said, well, let me see what this envelope is. I'm going through all my mail, and I open it up, and I'm reading it, and my mouth dropped, and I'm just like, oh, oh God, nothing like getting this letter to make you go to the gym real quick. I would join the Y like everybody with a New Year's resolution. I would join the Y and then I'd come for a month, maybe, and then I would pay for the rest of the year and not come back anymore. I went to the doctor and the doctor said, you know, your sugar's high. I was 254 pounds and size 20. I have a pretty active job too. I work 10-hour days. I'm on my feet all day long. And I just decided I had to do it. When I came, I started by myself. Like I still don't have a partner that I come to the gym with to help, you know. So I just kind of turned to the instructors, and that really helped because they're so supportive. Like they help me, they show me exercises, you know, encourage me when I'm, you know, need it. And there's something for everybody here. If you don't like to do a class, then you can swim. And if you don't like to swim, then you can do the gym. You know, there's just so many options. And now, I'm confident. And I still look in the mirror and I still see the girl who's 254 pounds. But when I put my pictures next to each other, you know, then I can see the difference. And then I'm happy and, you know, and I know that I feel better. I have more energy. I feel like I sleep better. You know, everything. My appetite is different. Everything is different.
I have been participating in the Y for over 40 years. I started with my son, who's now in his 40s, with the infant swim. So I'm very familiar with the Y. I've been using the Y on and off, you know, all my adult life. Well, I realized I had to put a bathing suit on, and even back then I had a lot of extra weight, let's put it that way. But I did manage to lose a little weight, and then I decided this was something I really wanted to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. You know, put a bathing suit on and enjoy it. And it was a wonderful experience with my son. And I realized then that the Y is not a judgmental place. People are here of all different ages. That's one of the things what I love about the Y. You have babies, you have elderly people, you have people with handicapping conditions. All sorts of people come here. Well, yeah, sometimes in the winter when it's really cold and my swim class would be at 8:30 in the morning, it would always be easy to say, gee, I want to stay in bed and maybe I'll go later in the day or whatever. But what usually brought me back was the idea that something very good was going to happen when I go. I was going to meet somebody that I hadn't seen in a while, or I was going to be able to be there maybe to give a supportive word to somebody. And so many times that actually happened to me, that I was reluctant about going and I came and I ran into somebody who I hadn't seen in a long time, or I saw the smile on a little child's face coming in with his mom or dad, and that would brighten your day. Well, one thing I would say to myself is that if I went through a period where I really wasn't losing weight, I would say to myself, that's okay because you're not gaining. And you know, you're doing the exercises, you're following a healthy eating plan, and that's all right. Maybe it'll go 2 or 3 months and you'll, you know, not lose a lot of weight. And that, when I think about that and remind myself that that is not the most important thing. It's how I feel inside, how I feel in my own skin, in my own clothing. That's what's really important. And I think the difference this time with losing weight for me is that I am doing it entirely for myself. I'm not going to be 40 again. That's never going to happen. But it's for feeling better and enjoying life and hopefully living a longer life.
want to say hi?
Well, I've been a member here for going on 15 years. First and foremost, it's because of all the activities that they offer and Kid Watch being huge. I wouldn't be able to go if it wasn't for the Kid Watch. And when I was in school, I would actually come here and Bruce would let me study in one of the rooms while I put the kids in Kid Watch. So that helped me graduate. My last pregnancy, I was on bed rest. So I gained quite a bit of weight just laying there, not being able to do anything. And I felt awful. And I knew I needed to, come back and get back in shape. I have a spinal cord disease that also causes issues when I'm overweight, but it also makes it hard to come in. So I had to fight through that. Well, the biggest thing was having the two children in my 40s. I had my one son when I was 40 and the other when I was 42. And you got to be able to keep up with them. Like, they're crazy. So I've got to be in good shape to be able to mom them efficiently. So I would set goals that were achievable, but would put me out of my comfort zone and make me push myself. I want to do better than I did yesterday, lift more than I could before, run farther than I could before, and just see what I can accomplish. Because I've been doing things that I never thought that I'd be able to do, so that's pretty exciting. I would say just get up and do it. You have to do it for yourself. You can't live your life laying on your back. And you just have to live. You don't want to spend your life feeling miserable, being miserable, and nobody's going to do it for you. You have to suck it up, stop crying, and get up and do it.
I feel like this is a magical place. The feeling that I get as I drive up the hill and I walk in up the sidewalk and walk in the doors, it's just so special. It was the fall of 2017, and in fact my doctor is again right down the hill, and she called me into her office after and asked me to come in after work, and I said sure, I can do that. Very nervous about going, and she told me I had papillary thyroid cancer, and of course that's just, you never want to hear that sort of news with the C word. But right from there I actually had an aqua Zumba class, and I immediately went from that, getting that news, to aqua Zumba, where my friend Julie was the instructor. And, I was still emotional and everything, but there was a song that came on, and the lyrics were, "Everything's gonna be all right." And I literally was tearing up in the pool, and nobody could tell because you're in the water and everybody's doing your thing, but I felt like that was such a message to me. And then my friend Julie was the first person I told, in person since getting that news. It was so fresh, but I was really lucky that I could come here and have that support and everything. I like to consider this and tell people and assure people this is a safe space. So people aren't judging you, people are, thinking you can't hack it or keep up. They are cheering you on. Your friends that check on you, that, hey, are you coming to Zumba tonight? Are you going to Pound tomorrow? That helps too. Knowing that people want you there, they're looking for you. They want your energy. They want your, participation. That helps too, being a part of something like that. never want to give up. It's so important. It's so important to keep your positive attitude and to reach out, and when you need help and you need support, to do that. And there will be people there that will help you.
We started a program about 15 years ago through Madison County Social Services, and the program is designed to help at-risk teenagers become successful. Hey, beat Colgate. But I've been doing that for the last 15 years, and I believe that is my life purpose. So I was 45 when I finally figured that out. Last November 2018, I went in for a routine cardiovascular checkup because of the atrial fib. I'm supposed to go every year, and I wasn't feeling that well, and I was noticing that I wasn't as efficient. So I went in for a routine checkup, and I got a routine blood test. The cardiologist called me 3 hours after. I was actually here at the Y working out when I got the call. He goes, "Your blood counts are half of what they're supposed to be. You need blood transfusions right now." And I said, "Well, sorry, I'm not laying in bed. I'm working out right now. I'll talk to you later." He goes, no, this is serious. You know, I was doing a little denial. I believe the bone marrow biopsy was on a Wednesday. The following Thursday, so a week and a day, I get a call from the hematologist, 8 o'clock at night on Thursday night. So after we got done talking lacrosse for 5 minutes, he goes, "You have large granular lymphocytic leukemia, which is treatable but not curable." And I said, "Okay, good. Thank you, Lord." So, yeah. So that was 3 months ago. So I've been on this drug for the past 3 months. I haven't really experienced any side effects, which is great. I continue to work out, continue to do everything else that I do. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be working, so we're ready to go to Plan B. The person that discovered this form of leukemia is at the University of Virginia, and he's a researcher, and I'm going to go see him next month. Well, people talk about this notion of willpower, determination, willpower, right? I don't consider it an option to stop.
As I started here when I was 13. My 7-year-old self went to the YMCA Dolphin Swim Camp. That's my first time I ever went to. And then I went there again when I was 13, and then after that I was still involved with the YMCA. My goal, ever since the year 2013, my biggest goal ever was down to 172 pounds. And that's the main focus right there, because nobody wants to be lazy and not being active, because the main goal of the YMCA is to make everybody bigger, stronger, smarter and healthier. And I'm very optimistic when I see that too, because moderation is always the key to success. To be honest, we all need to lose weight, but it doesn't have to be losing weight. You can do other things too. And the best thing about being active is it brings the best in you.
One thing above all is I'm so grateful that I did join the Y. Main reason I met this young lady beside me at the YMCA.
Y is a sense of communities. To me personally, is extremely strong. That the people notice if you miss a day, why weren't you in class? The teacher will come up and say, oh, you weren't in my class yesterday, or how are you, is something wrong, and call you out by name in class. My situation is, in my personal life, I take care of my mother who's in a wheelchair. And so since about 2010, she is not walking, we live together. So the care for her is more and more demanding. The other event that happened just a couple years ago, my son came down with cancer, and that was very stressful. No, you never know God's plan. You can't understand it. But you gotta accept it, I guess. And I had to force myself, because I didn't want to come back, and I had to force myself to be in a social situation.
Did I do this? Yes, you did.
But it was pretty hard. But yeah, my teachers certainly wanted to know what was wrong with me and what happened and all that good stuff. So the biggest thing they did was attend the memorial service of my son. Some of them offered to go and sit with me at the hospital, because this went on for quite a few months, and I just did not want that. But they did come to memorial service, and then I thought that this is really a nice family. Why? That the family had another significance in my mind, that they would come and care that much and show that support. And they continue up to this day.
She's been so supportive to me, and believe it or not, we have a lot of our past and our past history been a lot alike, going through a lot of the same thing for losses. I lost my only daughter. And plus, I hadn't mentioned this yet, but I had lost my spouse for 43 years, and I just hate to this day being lonely. And I know you're not going to be happy unless you're with someone that you really want to be with. My background, per se, is I have spent 24 years in the military. You can't look at me and tell now, but at one time I was towards the military base in charge of a fitness program myself, which now I need help. Yeah, I've always had that drive to find some kind of fitness activity to keep me going. And for as me at the time, I didn't think I could make it, which I know I couldn't, was a medical, physical reason. I mean, with 2 knees, a replacement. Not too much I could do then. And I try to let nothing stop me as long as I'm able to walk. And once we start coming together, we try not to miss a day. And be it silly or not, since we both are retired, we come twice, 3 times a day sometimes.
I've been coming here since like 12 years maybe. Started off coming to the Y because my son needed childcare. I was a single mom, so he needed before and after school care. When he was 5, he did it all the way up to 6th grade, and then after that, me and him, we go to the pool together. I started to work out, and I enjoy like all the programs and stuff like that. So, and when I was 12 years old, I had open heart surgery. So, yeah. Strengthening my heart and keeping healthy and fit is like really important to me, and that diabetes, cancer, we have a lot of health problems in my family. So between me and my son, it's very important that we eat right, we'll try to eat right, and stay fit. The fact that it's coming here, it's hard. Like, you get so busy with life and just everything, but then once you know, everything falls back into place, it's like, oh, this is what I need. This is, you know, keeps me at bay. And like I said, I'd rather be at the gym being healthy than taking prescription, you know, medication or something. So I try to stay focused on nutrition and exercising and natural things than prescription stuff. And the fact that, like I said, all the health problems, I don't want that, you know. With me being by myself, I don't want to be passing away at a young age or being sick at a young age, and then my son, what would he have, you know? And I feel that since I'm coming, it's showing him a lifestyle, a good lifestyle, how to live and keep healthy himself. I just picture my son, like I have to be here for him. I want to be as healthy as I can be for him.
He used to tell me that if it wasn't for the Y, he wouldn't be able to have spent some of those last years with his wife, and he wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for this place. I think what we know that it's not just the place. You know, it's the people that matter. Not only the people that work here, but the people that they see when they're swimming or they're in their wellness center or they're walking on a treadmill, the people next to them that encourage them, that support them, that give them hope. That's the place too.